did we finally make it to the Villa Vide Odyssey?
Have you ever heard of tourist police?
What did we learn while navigating our first international flight together?
Find out as you join us on the journey.
In this video, join us as we travel from Denver to La Paz, Mexico.
We share some tips on navigating Denver International Airport.
Take a lap with us around the Salt Lake City Airport during our brief layover.
We talk about what it was like landing in Mexico City and our endless search for finding drinkable water.
Check out our amazing hotel and the great food we enjoyed in La Paz.
And yes, we finally did make it to the ship.
After a couple of days visiting friends and family, we discussed and argued through how to reduce our luggage to one checked bag and what did we really need on the ship.
We were so excited about the trip that we barely slept.
Boingy, 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 boingy.
Before getting up at dark early and then taking an Uber to the airport because we had to leave so early that the shuttle wasn't even running.
Thankfully, our hotel was near the airport on Tower Road, where there's a whole strip of hotels that usually offer free shuttle service to DIA.
Now, we left super early because DIA is famous for long lines at the TSA security checkpoints. As someone who's traveled through DIA a lot, I always check the website to get an estimated wait times. It never hurts to plan ahead and get a feel for what the wait times are like at the time of your departure.
Also, DIA has recently started a Den Reserve website where you can reserve a TSA time for your party.
And if you're a frequent traveler, we really recommend that you get a TSA pre-check or clear. It's worth it to get this done well in advance of your travel.
Once we got through security, we were off on our grand adventure.
Woohoo!
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain speaking. We wish you a pleasant onward journey. Goodbye.
When we landed in Salt Lake City, I took a lap of the concourse to burn up some steps and try out my new Insta360 camera. Yep, I'm a geardo. It's a pretty neat airport with a lot of shops, great architecture, and beautiful views of the surrounding mountains.
Then we were off to Mexico City. After months of preparation and planning, we were finally doing this. We had each traveled internationally a lot, but this was our first time traveling internationally together, and it was really special.
It was. To me, it was amazing to finally be traveling internationally with my wife. I love it. And also, it was really surreal. I've been obsessing over the Villa Vide for a year, and to be in Mexico just days away from our dream cruise, it was incredible.
As we deplaned, we connected with Kathy, a fellow passenger headed to the Villa Vide. And once we got through customs, which was a bit interesting and a little nerve-wracking, we had to wade through crowds of people. And I finally found a big bottle of water for $2, but there was nowhere to refill it.
Well, greetings, wanderers. I am here in Mexico City on about a 4-hour layover from our flight from Salt Lake City to La Paz. And I'm just chilling because it's just really good. Well, it's hard to say that I'm chilling. This is quite toasty here. But we're here. We're in Mexico. We're getting ready to get on the ship. Gotta love it.
Bill was just happy to have a Mexican Coke with real cane sugar.
Yes, I was. And while we waited for our flight to La Paz, it was really cool. We started connecting with other passengers headed to the ship. It made for great conversations. And then we were off to La Paz. Woohoo!
honestly, this flight was really easy. It was all a blur. We had a great seatmate, and she and I talked back and forth in Spanish and English, sharing our stories. Landing in La Paz was easy. It was an open airport. We walked out on the tarmac and into the terminal. After getting our bearings, we were able to join up with other passengers headed to the Villa Vide and made our way to the taxi stand. It was easy to tell how much it was and where we needed to go. The lady behind the counter directed us like a band. There was so many people there. It was very chaotic. Late at night, we were operating on sheer adrenaline. We were exhausted. We were thirsty. We were hungry. After we got to the hotel, we dropped our stuff off, we ate dinner, and we crashed hard.
Soon after.
Good morning, wanderers. You're in La Paz, Mexico, and we just had our first night, and we stayed at a wonderful hotel called Malecon 1680. And dear wife, what do you think?
Amazing. It's been amazing.
Tell us about it.
It was amazing.
Okay, is there a word beyond amazing? How about the hotel?
The bed was comfortable, and after 18 hours of flying and 2 hours of sleep, we slept the hardest I've slept in a long time. And now look at this amazing view that we get to wake up to.
How about the food?
The food was great. We had this little hole-in-the-wall place called Mucho Gusto, and we had this server, Ernesto, who was on it, and the food was amazing.
And the local music was quite good.
Yeah, it was. And there were some older, in their 60s folks having a good time dancing to the local music.
So good morning, wanderers. We just had a beautiful breakfast at Buzo's, which was recommended to us by our waiter at Mucho Gusto last night. All of the food has been excellent. It's been really good. Other than just trying to stay hydrated, the food has been excellent. Buzo's, amazing place for breakfast. Oh my goodness, I'd go back and eat there again. Cowboy breakfast for the win. Flank steak, epic, really tasty. The sauces, the green sauce was very wonderful. And really huge props to Malecon 1680. They have a digital concierge who's been in contact with me all day yesterday while we were traveling. The only thing that hit us up at all is we didn't have the door key code.
You shall not pass!
So we had to call them. That was the only thing that challenged us, because we got in pretty late last night, like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Well, we called the number, got that code, we got in, no problem. And it's been really wonderful, but I tell you, it's really weird. We're on the second floor. Right under us is a restaurant. Right next to us is a restaurant. Bars, clubs, everything right nearby. And here's a really cool thing about our hotel. They've got lockers that we have access to. So we're checking out at 11, but we can't get over to our cruise ship until noon. So we're able to put our bags, lock them up, have a key, have them fully secured, and then we get to go over to that beach right there and dip our toes in the water, in the sand, and then have our stuff fully secured. What a great way of taking care of your customers. And then it's about a 2-block walk over to the bus terminal, where we're going to catch our bus that takes us over to the cruise ship. So to me, this is pure win. This has just been fantastic for a way to be right in the heart of the city and do the things that we want to do. The biggest challenge has been water. Mexico City Airport made me drink all of my water, because when we came through customs, or right before there, you had to go through their own mini TSA. I had to chug my entire bottle of water and then prove that it was empty. And it has been hard to find water ever since. I would be very happy to get my hands on a bottle of Gatorade and a liter or two of water just to hydrate up. That's probably been our biggest challenge. I also want to give La Paz a lot of credit. I have seen a very steady presence of police of various types, all up and across the Malecon, the boardwalk, and lots of presence of various types. There's a Marine base nearby. I see people with Marines uniforms. I see social police, social. I don't know. I don't know enough of the details, but I've seen like 3 different forms of police in the area, and as a tourist police. So I feel very safe, welcome. The people at the restaurants have been very good. I will warn you, if you're not used to Mexico, the number 1 phrase that you need to know is no gracias. You can't swing a cat and you can't walk 10 feet without somebody offering you tours or a ride or peddling this or that or selling you something. So just be polite, be firm, no gracias, and move right along, put that shoulder down and keep on plowing. And then in just a matter of a couple hours, we're going to head over to the ship and get settled in. So enjoy us along the journey. We walked the boardwalk for a bit, went back, grabbed our stuff, and then hoofed it on over to the bus terminal. You can tell I'm a little out of breath when I got there. All right, so they've got a very nice bus. It's at the terminal, tourist terminal. And there were some guys with Villa Vide hats on. We were able to find them. They brought us over to the bus. So here we are getting ready to go.
Once we boarded the bus, we had a young man acting as a tour guide sharing some interesting information with us. What we found is La Paz, known as the Pearl of the Sea of Cortez, is the only base in Mexico that any British royalty has ever visited. La Paz, Mexico, known for its beautiful bay, its diverse marine life, and a gateway to exploring the Baja California Sur. Historically, it was a hub for pearl diving and mining. And the more we learned about La Paz, the more I wished we had had a chance to explore more of it. But as we got closer to the ship, our attention was diverted to the big, beautiful white vessel sitting in the port. And everyone began to get more and more excited.
I just can't believe it's really real. We're really here.
And there was much rejoicing.
So, yeah, after months of tracking the Odyssey, watching all of the YouTubers on board, really being obsessed over it, we were finally there. So, how was it? Was it worth it?
Tune in next time as we tour the Villa Vide Odyssey, have our first meal, and check out our cabin.